America's weird, isn't it? It's a strange place. Most of you watching this are American. You probably don't realise. The rest of you are pretty much British, and some of you are from other places. You all know what I'm talking about. And don't get me wrong, when I say it's strange, I love it. Like, I really, really love it. Like, my favourite part of America is Texas. Like, the weirdest bit. There's something about how just big and open space it is, and everyone's just a little bit too happy to be there, that I like really like. And the fact that you can kind of do anything, as long as you're not a woman trying to do anything with her own body. You can kind of do anything. If I want to go shoot a tank, you can do that there. Or a flamethrower. I never posted this video. Here's a video of me shooting a flamethrower in Texas. This is years old. And like, I don't know, just like, for example, the video I done on this channel where I went to Alveus, Maya's sanctuary. There's just like so many strange animals, and I kind of get that. Like, she can own those because these are animals that like literally can't be released into the wild. But like, you know, I fed a fox with my hands. He ate from my hands. It's bizarre. And like, here's the thing. Drinking's a weird thing here. You can't drink till you're 21, which is fine because I'm 21. So I've been getting by fine. But like, there's weird rules. So like, I didn't know that certain places it's illegal to just like have a drink of alcohol on the street. Like, thinking about it, like, fair enough. But like, in England, like, no one cares. It might still be illegal, but no one cares. You can happily like not finish your drink at a pub and they're like, right, it's closing time, here's a to-go cup, take it with you. That's fine. If you try and do that in America, you're like, oh, I haven't finished this, can I just take it? They're like,
you'll get shot and killed.
Excuse me? But what I notice is there's some states where it's perfectly legal, because weed's legal here, and it's perfectly legal to just spark up a joint on the streets. There's certain states, not all of them, but there's a couple. And in those states, it's still illegal to have a drink in the streets. This is where I think you've gone a bit mad. Like, weed is, you know, people smoke it. And the one thing about smoking is, you know, you take the smoke into your lungs and then you have to, like, breathe it out into the air, where then everyone else is forced to breathe it in. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to drink on the street, I'm not forced to partially partake in it. Like, I'm no prude, right? I'm not here like upset that I might get secondhand high. I'd rather my air didn't smell like that. You know, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with vapes. I think they should just get rid of them in the streets. I don't want to smell triple mango. I want the air to smell like air. And then never once have I been, like, someone's walked past with a beer with me and I've been like, Jesus, the air smells beery. All right, certain places in the UK, the air does smell beery, but that's because the UK has a drinking problem. So I'm related to the fact that beer, it's not because of the beer, it's because of how much everyone's having it, which is a problem we should address. But this is a video about America, not Britain. And honestly, I think, as much as I'm enjoying it out here, I think I have missed home. I mean, like, 2 of the videos on this channel have been about me looking back at like really British things. And it's like it's the weird small stuff that like really like, I'm like almost now like looking forward to seeing. Like, here's a weird one. When you cross the street in the UK, right? One, jaywalking's, that's a made up crime. Someone made up a crime, right? Apparently, here, it's illegal to cross the road when you feel like it. You have to wait until there's like a white man. there's like a white man that dictates when you get to cross the road. There's an orange hand that says no, and there's a white man that says you can now cross the road. If this isn't poetic about who controls America, I don't know what is. Well, back home, there's a green and a red man system. Red man says don't cross the road, green man says do. But they're really just suggestions. Like, if the red man's there saying don't cross the road, but you look and you go, well, there's no cars, you can still cross. The red man's word isn't final. He's just sort of there as an advisory. Like, no one's gonna, but we're here. If that hand says no, and I go, I'm sorry, hand, but there's no cars. Police. And, you know, they have the... Yeah. So you don't want to... Here, you know, but, you know. Also, people just generally are way more friendly. Like, the other day I was in a Jersey Mike's, which, if anyone doesn't know, it's just like better Subway, which isn't hard. But I'm in a Jersey Mike's and the lady notices my accent, as every American does, and she asks if I'm from the UK, which is good, because about half the people ask if I'm from Australia, which I don't at all sound like, but But anyway, the lady told me she asked if I was from the UK, and I said yes, and she went, she'd just been to London for the first time, and she thought all the people were really nice. I'm gonna hazard that she didn't end up in the right place. London, of all places, famously the rudest people people will barge past you in the street, they will not look you in the eyes in London. And this lady seems to think everyone was kind. Here, people are kind. Like, everyone is just nice and and they'll say hello and they'll speak to you. Like, Uber drivers always want to chat, which I get not everyone likes. I like it though. And they're always interesting as well. Uber, they always have. One time, I was in New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico, home of Breaking Bad, which already, by the way, I was blown away by that. Just like, I got to go to the place where they filmed Breaking Bad. I was like a kid in a sweet shop, but if the kid was an adult and the sweets were sort of a show about drugs, I was just having the time of my life, and I toured around all the different locations. I shot all this cool video. I got a bunch of pictures. It was like the best. Like, it was like honestly probably my favorite part of like so far on the tour, just like getting to see that place and like, or like seeing how nearby some of that, you know, like Chuck's house, fucking Saul's brother in Better Call Saul, and like Jesse's house from Breaking Bad, 30 seconds apart. They're just on the same cul-de-sac. Like, it's just cool seeing like how that universe actually all fits together. It's just really fascinating. But anyway, I was driving around there and I'd sort of seen all the Breaking Bad stuff and I was hungry. And I was getting driven to, I think I was getting driven to the last spot, I think it was Saul's office. And I said to the driver, oh, where's good to eat? What's good to do around here? What's good to eat? And this dude, he didn't look me in the eye, he was driving, but he said with full conviction, he went, you should go get the strip club steak. The steak at the strip clubs is good. I was like, what? I was like, I don't think my girlfriend will be, I don't think she'll be too happy about me going to a strip. And he's like, nah, just tell her it's for bring her with, take her for the steak. Is this a real thing? This is what I'm trying to, I didn't go to the strip club and try the steak, by the way. Like, is a strip club known for their food? But yeah, suffice to say, I didn't have strip club steak, but that's like, the Uber driver trying to convince me to go to a strip club is just like not a thing that would happen at all in the UK. Everyone is, you know what it is? The lady from like Jersey Mike's was wrong. People aren't nice than them, they're polite. That's what it is. People here are kind and it's genuine. People in the UK are fake and they're polite because everyone feels like they have to be. But no one wants to be. No one wants to be nice to you. Everyone is pissed off at you always, but they don't feel like they could say it. Where Americans are open people that will tell you exactly how they feel and it's usually good. I think that's like the whole, maybe if we were more open in the UK and weren't just so polite all the time, we would actually feel better and could be nice. But we're all so miserable because we don't feel like we can tell anyone anything because we've got to be polite all the time. The openness of Americans is the reason they're so happy. And we hate it. We hate how kind Americans are to people. Every time British people see it. I remember I was ringing my mum while in an Uber and the Uber driver said, you have a great day. And I went, you too. Because I've been indoctrinated into this fucking sick world of kindness. And my parents laughed at me. That's what they laughed. They mocked me for being nice. They went, you've become American. I suppose that was the bad thing. Like, I'd become more nice and I'm now being mocked. You know what? I've started this video saying America's weird. I think we're weird. I think British people are weird. You know, another thing, it's just so big, this place, and the weather's always different depending on where you go. And that makes sense, but like, in one day I went from Oregon, right, which at the time had snow. There was snow in the hotel. Well, not in the hotel, that would be insane. In the courtyard of the hotel, there was snow. And in one day I went down to San Francisco where it was like, I was about to say 30 degrees, but again, it's hot. It was hot. I'm talking British degrees. It was warm, Celsius. I'm talking Celsius. 30 is warm. It was hot, which is another. You know what? Now I'm even moving on. Right? Nothing's as weird as your stupid temperature system. I hate it. It's got no standing. Fucking water freezes at like 30. What? Or is it 30? I'm now gonna verify I'm not an idiot. 30. I was right. 32 degrees. That's half a Minecraft stack. That's the best point of reference I can't think of any other reason why 32 would be the number. What is zero? What is 0 Fahrenheit? It's just like, what's your frame of reference? It bothers me a lot that I need a point to look at. Like, I like Celsius. 0 is the point water freezes, 100 is the point water boils. It's all to do with water. Now, I don't know if you know this, you're 70% water, the world's like 80% water, most things are water. Basing things off of water makes sense, everything's water. Fahrenheit is based off of what Americans feel is best. Because this is what you ask. You ask an American, why Fahrenheit? And they go, because it's like a percentage, like 100's real hot and 0's real cold. And everywhere in between is like, if it's 70, then it's 70% hot. That's not, there's no limit as to how hot it goes above 100. You know, if it didn't go above 100, I'd get it. But it gets to like 120 sometimes when it's real hot. So yeah, it's been an adjustment. Eleanor came, my girlfriend. I was supposed to film with her, but then we got too distracted by just sort of seeing each other again for the first time in a month and a half, so didn't. Which doesn't mean sex, you pervs. I thought to myself then, oh, everyone's gonna think I meant having sex. I didn't mean busy having sex. Fucking hell. That's not what we did. I don't even do those things. We're not even married, first off. And but yeah, she was here. It was really nice, and she got to see the American Midwest, which is, I've always said, the most real America gets. The South is like its own, like Texas is its own thing, right? It's its own, like, it's like hyper America, right? It's like America if it wanted to be independent from itself, like it got more free and crazy. And you know, the West Coast is all different, especially the Southwest, and sort of the East Coast is kind of a bit too much, like it's the most European America gets, and it kind of reminds you of England. The Midwest is America. This is the real deal. She saw it. You know, we're in Milwaukee. I mean, we're in Milwaukee right now, who, as far as I'm aware, the only thing they have here was Jeffrey Dahmer. Actually, I went out and did a Q&A like an hour ago. I mentioned that. Don't mention, people of Milwaukee do not appreciate it if you mention Dahmer. Apparently, it's a shameful bit of their history. Turns out, the Fonzie, you know, the Fonz, also from here. They prefer if you talk about the Fonz. There is a cool bronze statue of the Fonz. I actually do not have a picture with it. Here's a picture of Tommy with the Fonz. I'm just gonna use his picture to prove that I was there when. It's the best I got. We went to an open mic in Chicago because Tom's doing stand-up these days, and I wanted to go see him to, you know, support my friend because I'm a good guy. And we walked in the room, and I figured it'd be a bar. I was a bit hungry. I was thinking I'd maybe get some food. No, this was a room that had clearly, prior to us arriving, been empty. This looked to be an abandoned building, but someone had set up a curtain with a neon sign that said comedy, or I think it said make me laugh at it. It was like a bit more direct than that. And then there was just a bunch of chairs. Almost not enough to seat us all. They had to get out more chairs. And everyone in the room was a comedian. Except for all of us on the crew for the show that went to watch Tom. You could tell that they never ever got anyone that wasn't a comedian come to this place. This was clearly a place comedians met up and tested material with each other, which is fine. But what you could also tell, these comedians were clearly very, very daunted by the fact that they were almost outnumbered by British people, all right? Because British humour and American humour is different. We all know this. We laugh about slightly different things. And you could really feel it. Every comedian felt the need to joke about something British. So I joked about how the metric system was stupid because saying someone is 6 feet tall is sexy, but saying someone is 190 centimetres tall makes you sound lame. We don't even say that. That's Europe. And they're a whole other bunch of freaks. I'm sorry, Europe. I'm sorry. I really like your continent. I'm sorry we had to leave. One thing I will say though, American crowds. Oh, I love the American crowds. I really did think the British crowds would be hard to beat. British people in a room love to chant things, right? Have you ever seen a football game? They love coming up with a little song and dance. They just love chanting. We love it. And it felt to me that Americans have too much respect for artists. They're not willing to shout and heckle. But then I experienced it. And you feel the love. Going up on stage every night in front of Americans, it was good. It has been good. It still is good. I've got a show in an hour. Shit. And every night people are kind. There's a part in the show, and now he might be annoyed at me for spoiling, but there's a part in the show where Tom mocks my appearance, right? And in the UK, the whole crowd would join in, and they'd laugh at me. But here, in America, I retorted, I turned around and I went, who here thinks I'm handsome? Everyone cheered. Tom went, who here thinks he's ugly? In his show, he was met with a silent room. Not a soul. People don't want to be mean here. Except maybe one or two. But mostly kind people. But yeah, we've got 3 shows left. It's been a dream. I'm gonna really miss being on stage. This has really made me realize, like, I always knew it, but like doing this has just confirmed to me, I love doing like live stuff, like things in front of you guys. Like, as much as this is great, and it's like I can do this weekly and put out a video, which, by the way, the support on this channel has been insane. Thank you so much for that so far. Like, the fact that we've already hit 100K and like we're already steaming past that, just like, thank you. I'm looking forward to streaming when I get back. We've got so many cool streams planned. I mean, I've got all the You Laugh You Lose to come back. Also, uploads on this channel will be pushed to a Sunday, because on my Twitch, I do You Laugh You Lose every Saturday. And I realize if I do my upload day and You Laugh You Lose on the same day, that's crazy. That's too much shout out all in one day. So next week when I'm back home, you will notice the upload won't be on Saturday. If you're looking for an upload next Saturday, this video's come out on Saturday, right? If you're looking for one next Saturday, it won't be Sunday. So it's gonna be 8 days between uploads, but it's intentional. So if you call me late in the comments, I'm gonna lose it, because I'm not late. I've intentionally pushed back the upload day to start my new schedule, which is Sundays instead of Saturdays, because I should have done that from the start, really, but I didn't think. Yeah, this has been fun. Subscribe so I can keep making weekly videos. They're only gonna get better. I've got more time to work on them now. I'm not on the road in this crazy country. I'll be home soon. Oh, and I look forward to seeing that green man. And, eating food that doesn't make me feel ill and sort of shorten my life expectancy. Seeing all the mean people again. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna miss it here.